Lagos State government has proposed that the solution to this challenge lies in creating a truck park. Apapa truck terminal, which has a capacity to accommodate 3,000 trucks, is already being worked on by the government for expansion and a buffer for the Apapa gridlock.
It's going to be a standard international truck terminal that is going to have clinic, that is going to have security gate, that is going to have fire brigade, firefighters offices, that is going to have dormitories, that is going to have canteens, that is going to have a playing place where they can just relax and do not where you can be drinking beer, no. Then you're going to have dormitories there that people can rest, and then you're going to have it's going to be lighted up. So anytime you move for security reasons, you're going to have light both in and surroundings of the place. What we want to do there is that when you are coming into Lagos, that's going to be your first point of call. That is where you're going to stay. So it's going to be like a holding bay for you. Then we're going to introduce a call-up system, computerized call-up system. So when port is free, you'll be contacted. As you are coming in, they are logging you down. As you are coming in, they are logging you down. And if you are on emergency too, they are going to make sure that availability of space is there for you in the port before they can ask you to come in. So you will be given a clearance to move from Bola Ahmed Tinubu truck terminal into the port. And immediately you finish loading into the port, you are totally out of Lagos like that. The job will be completed sooner, but it's not an easy job for the contractor to do. You see, what they are going to do is that they are first of all going to take over the land. Stabilize the land. They are going to sand it, and then gradually they will now start concreting it. So what they're going to do is that when they finish one side of concrete and it dries, we push this truck there. They continue others, so it's things that they'll be doing in segment. But if you have to wait that the whole total area needs to be done, it's not going to be this year. Again, we are also talking to one company, Sivas, and that was, we want them to be loading containers on barges. Barges that can take 200, 300, even 500 to their own bonded terminal. So you don't have to come to port because you don't have any business doing in the port. You will go to their own bonded terminal, do all your administrative and every other thing that are necessary for your logistics there. That is where the truck will take your container out of Lagos or to anywhere you are going.
They have chairman, they have supervisor, they have
Apart from Apapa truck park, the NPA is working to create even more trailer parks.
We are working on licensing trailer parks. We believe that all trucks accessing the port locations must be housed in licensed trailer parks, and we'll use a call-up system to call up the trucks to the port location. We now have a situation where some trucks are just idling on the road, really not doing anything, but they wake up in the morning and drive to port locations with the intention of looking for business. So we're seeking to license trailer parks. We've discussed with Lagos State government. Lagos State government will be providing us with a trailer park location where we'll deploy our call-up system. We've also expanded and we're reaching out to Ogun State government to also see how we can license trailer parks in those locations. So the bottom line would be that no trucks will access the port except if you're housed in a licensed trailer parks. Unions are also encouraged to ensure that they are all within strong unions. We're able to identify who is not complying, because unions, truck owner unions, are quick to say that the ports are congested, the access road is congested. At the same time, it is their members that are on that road literally not doing anything but on trying to look for business. So we've had that engagement with them and it's very positive. We look to see how we can license those trailer parks. We also, beyond speaking to the state governments, we've also done advertisement calling for owners or people that have trailer parks to come and approach us so that we can license those trailer parks and then deploy call-up system in the locations and have a seamless call-up system for inflow and outflow of cargo from the ports. One of the challenges we had is consignees were not coming to clear their cargo at night, because we had encouraged 24-hour service so that people can come and have off-peak cargo evacuation. So if you come, for example, at 8 o'clock, you clear your cargo, there's less congestion. But there are concerns, the agents just refuse to come at off-peak. One of the things they has raised was they're concerned about security of their cargo as they evacuate it. They're also concerned about the state of the roads, because they say navigation of those roads during the day is a Herculean task, was still at night. So these were the concerns that they had raised. But indeed, we've made a submission to the Presidential Council of Ease of Doing Business to encourage and direct agencies of government to work over the weekend. So you have 24 hours, 7 days a week. When you have 7 days a week cargo evacuation and inspection, then you would have this less congestion on certain days. So people can come on Saturdays and Sundays to process and evacuate their cargo, and you will now have less chock-a-block. For example, on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, you see a huge congestion in the port locations.
And the conversation of decongesting the Lagos port is another proposed solution to the Apapa gridlock, turning some attention to the ports in other states.
To the Lagos area, there is a huge volume of the cargo that comes to Lagos is consumed within the environs. Ogun State, Lagos, closed areas, because of the assembling that is done, manufacturing. There's quite a lot of manufacturing and so in that area. So just to clear that it's cargo of destination of choice, consignee decides which ports they want to take their cargo to. One of the concerns, one of the reasons they decide to, for example, choose a port would be how fast can my cargo get to my destination. So if I want, for example, my cargo to go to the north, how efficient is the road or rail connection from the port of choice to that location? So you see, with the Lagos area, there's clarity on when I come, this is the road that I'll go, and then I'm straight to where I want my cargo. So we take Calabar Port as you know, one of the ports in the Eastern Port. You have Calabar is located in very close to the north central and northeast part of the country, and it's an excellent location for cargo evacuation to that part. But the road linking Calabar to the northern part of the country is not motorable by trucks. Recently, we have discussed with the Ministry of Works. We have submitted to them all the roads that link port locations to the hinterland to enable them prioritize reconstruction of those roads. Recently, I saw an award for the Ecom Bridge, which is very encouraging, because that bridge is critical to evacuation of cargo from Calabar to the north. Historically, actually up until now, the bridge, you can't articulated truck can pass through that bridge. So literally, you mean that the cargo can't leave Calabar for the northern part of the country. So if I take my cargo, so there is that hinterland connection. On the other side, Nigerian Ports is working to ensure that Calabar is dredged to the attendant depth of draft that we require. We had last year terminated our JV. We're in the process of engaging another joint venture company. We have done the data and volumes of dredging spalls that need to be done. It translates into a huge amount. Just to give you an idea, we have done an assessment of the cost of dredging Calabar, and we have 51 billion naira for dredging the channel into Calabar to 10 meters. That's a huge amount of money. How much revenue can we generate from that location vis-a-vis that investment? I've explored doing 7.5 meter depth. That is also 37 billion naira for dredging of the channel in Calabar. That also, you know, we need to define what revenue source would justify that level of investment. We also look to see how we can encourage flat bottom vessels to come into Calabar. We have had 2 very successful berthing of flat bottom vessels. These are vessels that don't require that depth of draft, don't require an investment in dredging. So with that success, we have reached out to the shipping company that assembled that vessel to encourage them to have patronage in Nigeria. We've also engaged our shipping association to make them see how important it would be for us to explore flat bottom vessels coming into our ports that have a shallow draft. So these are some of the things. On the one side, Nigerian ports would dredge the ports. also encourage flat bottom vessels. On the other side, we need to have intermodal evacuation of cargo from that port, meaning rail and efficient roads.
Operators in and around the ports in Lagos say the visit of the Vice President to the state and to the port area on the 20th of July has paid off. They have some benefit to show for it, yet they say there's still a lot of grounds to be covered, and they ask that the state and the federal government come to their aid. That's our story. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Inu John Mekwa.